Welcome to this new video. In this video, we are going to discuss about if function in DAX and Power BI. This is one of the basic functions in Power BI. And with respect to this if function, we are going to get the weekends, that is Saturdays and Sundays, in a calendar table. So if function, it returns a value, either the value should be true, or if it is not true, you will get it as false, or you can select it as blank or otherwise. That means it checks the condition and returns one value when it's true, otherwise it returns a second value. So if you want to check it as if A equals B, if A is correct, if A and B is correct, you will get it as true. You can give the statement here for true. If it is wrong, you can give a statement for. So this is basically about if condition. We are going to get the date. We will be selecting the date and from a calendar, and you will be having a date like year, month, and day. From that, you will be extracting the day from that. You will be extracting the day, and you will check whether the day is Saturday or Sunday. And for checking that, for extracting the day from the date, we will be using this format command. You will use format and the date and just give DDDD. You will get the full name of Saturday and Sunday. And from that column, you will be using an if condition to check whether the day is Saturday or Sunday. If it is Saturday or Sunday, you will be writing it as weekend. If it is not there, if it is not Saturday or Sunday, you will be writing it as weekday. So this is one of the simplest functions we can use in DAX in Power BI, of the basic functions when you start Power BI studies. So you will go to the data tab here. And in this data tab, you are having a calendar table here. In that calendar table, we are having only one column, that is a date. We are having the day, the month, and the year. So we will select this date column and we will create a new column with respect to this date column. Of course, you can use this in the Power Query and you can do it very fast. But here we are going to discuss about DAX functions. So we'll be using everything with respect to DAX function. So this new column, we are going to give the name as day equals to, you can use format function, and the format value is this column you have to give, and the column is order date. And now which format you want to give it in day, dd. If you give it as mm, you will be getting the month name. You give it as YYYY, you will be getting the year. Now you need the date, so we'll be giving as dd. So you got the day and you got it in the column here. Now we want to check from this column whether the day is Saturday or the day is Sunday. For that, we are going to use the if function. So you can create one more column here, and in this column we will select weekend equals to, and you can select the if function here. If logical test, what text you are going to give? You will be giving this day column. If this day, usually we will give it as equals to Saturday, but here we are going to give two values. That means Saturday and Sunday. If there is one more value, it is usually a good way to give it as if the calendar day in, and you can give this brace and you can give Saturday and Sunday. You can close this brace. So this is the logical text function which we are giving. If the calendar day is equal to Saturday, or if the calendar day is equal to Sunday, we are going to write it as week end. That is because the result is true. If the result is false, we are going to give it as week. So basically it does is that it will check whether the day is Saturday or Sunday. If it is Saturday or Sunday, it will be returning weekend. If it is other days like Monday to Friday, it will be giving weekday. So you can see Tuesday is a weekday, and finally Saturday is weekend, Sunday is week. So with respect to this, you can do visualization also. You can go to the page and we will be selecting a table here. In this table, we will select the product name, and then we will be selecting the unit price. At the same time, we can have a slicer here. In this slicer, we will go to the calendar and we will select whether it is weekend or weekday, and we can have a stacked column chart. In this stacked column chart, we can select the order date. From this hierarchy, you can select the month instead of everything. Just select the month and we will select the unit price. So with this visual, we can see, or we can find out, okay, how much the revenue is being generated with respect to the weekday or weekend. So if you select the weekday in the filter, you can see, okay, this much it is generated. And if you select it with respect to the month, you can see, okay, in this much revenue is generated with respect to the month. At the same time, if you select the weekend, you can select the weekend and you can check, okay, how much it is being generated. And if you're selecting the weekday, you can see how much it is generated on weekdays also. So everything depends upon the domain which you are using. If you are using a supermarket or something, the weekend revenue will be more than the weekday. So other places of course, it might change. Some places weekdays revenue will be more and weekend it will be less. You can select a cluster chart, and here we can select the region name. You can select another slicer and select the region state name in that slicer, and then you can this weekend and you can select the revenue unit price. So you can use the weekend column for this option also. So you can select the state California and you can see how much the revenue got generated in weekday and weekend, and you can change the city, you can change the state, and you can see how much the revenue is being generated with respect to the weekday and weekend. At the same time, you can use this option also. So we can how much it you can get the detailed product details about this using this slicer option also. So basically, this is the use of if function to get the weekend and weekday from a calendar table. So hope this will give new insights for you. Have a nice day.